What's up, everyone? Welcome to another Nugget cast episode. Today I'm very excited. We have a special guest over here, Giacomina. She's one of our craziest and fastest success, and I invited her today. She's in Dubai. So how long have you been in Dubai now?
I think for 2.5 weeks.
Okay, so She came here 2.5 weeks, and I said we need to do a podcast. There she is. Today we're gonna record a podcast for you guys, give you guys the information that you need, maybe as an inspiration, maybe for people that are already in the industry of network marketing that need some push, some inspiration, because this person is the inspiration herself. And then also there's a very famous book that is called U Square, which describes people taking quantum leaps, and she is the definition of a quantum leap. So we're gonna focus on her story, ask her some questions that are important when it comes to network marketing in the industry. So we'll just start with the first question, and the first question would be tell the people who you are, tell them a little bit about your story, maybe when did you join, and let's get it.
First of all, thank you so much, Miguel. I'm super excited. Hi guys. So for everyone that doesn't know me, my name is Giacomina. I'm 23 years old. I've been in the company or in network marketing, I think now exactly 1 year and 4 months. I started in February 2022. Yeah. And basically I never had any experience before, so it was my first company. I'm super happy that I started here because I don't even want to know what would have been or what would have happened in another company. I wasn't here, that's it.
So 1 year, 4 months, right? That's how long you are in the industry now. So you joined, and one more time, she joined without any experience. So what have you been doing before network marketing? What is your career path?
Okay, where do I start? So first of all, maybe for everyone that can or feels the same, I went to school normally, and then I realized very early that for me it's not the thing or the right way to go to school and go to university. And I made a lot of trouble especially from my mother, because I didn't go to school. I was there, but I many times had to break up, and then I was at a gymnasium, the high school that we have, and then they kicked me out of that, and then I had to go to another school, and I didn't go there, and then they kicked me out again.
So, but they kicked you out because you didn't go to school because you were traveling all the time with your mom, or just in general?
No, just I didn't go there. I sat somewhere and did other stuff because for me it wasn't necessary.
Yeah, okay, got it.
And then for my mom, I then realized, okay, I have to do this. Then I 2 times tried it, and again, I don't know how's it called when you have to do it again.
Oh yeah, you just have to do a retry.
Yeah, we try and everything. I wasn't stupid or something. I just I didn't see the sense of.
Yeah, so very early you understood that school is not for you. So you didn't really go. You didn't really give it enough attention. So they kicked you from a school, then you kicked from another school, and then even when you tried again, you still didn't go.
Because I never went there, or I was always too late. I slept all the time. That's it.
So are you still someone that sleeps in a lot now? So when do you wake up normally?
Well, no, not anymore since I do the business, but before it was horrible. Yeah, and then actually I did it for my mother at the end of the day, but after school I always knew I don't know, I always felt that I was meant to do something different than other people, and I always told it also my mother, when I was little, and my mom also told me that. She was you're gonna be successful. I know that you don't belong in a regular job, and I'm very thankful for that. But me too, when I watched, for example, TV, and I saw the documentations about rich people, and always
superstars.
And I was 9 or 10, and I was this is gonna be me. I know it. I just feel it. And then after school, I don't know, I got really upset because I was in a very bad situation. Friendships and everything wasn't the right, it just weren't the right people.
Yeah, so wrong people around you.
Yeah, really. But I realized it too late. So I worked so many jobs, and maybe that's a little funny story. I always been a person, I looked for a job, And then when they took me, I went there only for 1 or 2 weeks, and afterwards I said I'm sick. And in Germany you get like the
sick leave, like you
sick,
get the payments. Yeah.
And then I did this for 3 or 4 weeks. Then they kicked me, and I looked for another job.
So
passive income.
Okay, so you were already building passive income, but on another way. So
Right.
you got the job accepted. You worked 2 weeks. The other 3 weeks they paid you because you were sick, and then they kicked you out.
They kicked me out, and I got another job, and again did the same thing.
That's how you trick the German system.
That's it. Yeah, and I hope hopefully nobody sees that. Yeah, but it went like this all the time, and okay, then I just like realized I just look for a job that is like a lot of money, but not that much work.
Okay, so minimum input, maximum output.
Like
what
that.
everyone is looking for.
Yeah, and then I worked at at the end I had so many jobs, like in a store.
Stores like sales.
And like gastro.
Okay, like serving.
Yeah, serving. I did
waitress.
everything really.
Yeah.
But I always felt like I don't belong here, and I just like I'm looking for some. But I always knew something will come, but I was just like waiting for it. And then I worked at the end. I worked in a Corona test center. When COVID hit, because it was the only job, and I was a little bit afraid to do the same thing because I thought, okay, if I again will be sick, then I don't have any job. Yeah. So and then I worked there for like more than a year, and this was like the time after my school, and like I think. In January 2022, I worked there for about a year, and then I started to get to know iGenius.
January 2022.
Yeah.
So you joined?
Yeah, I joined.
February?
No, I joined in January,
so
and
So you were still working the COVID job while joining? Okay,
yeah,
perfect.
that's it.
Okay, crazy.
And then I quitted the job like 4 months after. So
4 months after.
in April 2022.
Okay.
And
here
I am.
Bro, COVID was just like a couple of months ago, and now you're sitting here.
Really,
that's insane.
it's so crazy.
Okay, so you finished school. What kind of school did you finish?
Like I don't even know.
Is it the Hauptschule?
No, Fachabitur.
Okay,
Fachabitur. Oh, Hauptschule, no.
Because you said because you said you dropped from gymnasium, then you dropped again. I thought then you did the
No, but I level up again.
Okay. So Hauptschule is like for you guys, and I was like the lowest school. That's actually the school that I started in, and then then I went up. But yeah, so you did like the high school, just like the profile was like economy, or what was it?
Yeah.
Okay,
economy.
so economy, like focused on economy, and then high school, which is has this profile, which I also did, so it's basically the same. Okay, got it. So then you joined. 4 months you went full time. So how much money did you make in the first 4 months?
Oh, that's a good question. I think like the first 1 or 2 weeks, I was very like. I looked at it and I first had to get to know everyone, and I was like, first of all, I just want to do trading and I don't want to do network, blah blah blah. So but I realized very fast that like the first time in my life there were people that really loved me and appreciated me for who I am, and I had like a circle or people around me that really like support each other, and I weren't used to that.
You wasn't used to it.
Yeah, was for me something so new, and then I saw, okay, it's not what I think. I had a like very bad view on people. I thought everyone is bad, and I've always been a people pleaser, so maybe someone can relate to that. And there was a time where I thought, okay, do I have to change? Is it always my fault that people like, I have so many bad situations, but like I really realized it's not me. I don't need to change. I can be a good person. I just have to find
other good people.
Yeah, and this was what I found here basically.
Yeah, the community.
Yeah, so to get back to your question, I think like when I then started like 3-4 weeks after, I just made in the beginning, some €100, and after 4 months it really started to be like 2,000-3,000 a month, and I made more than in my job. So
you quitted that month where you made more money with the business than in the job.
Yes.
Okay, so how much money were you making in the business in the job?
In the job, I made like 1,800 in a month. Yeah.
Okay. So when you made like more than that, you dropped out and you went full time. Okay, crazy. So for you guys that do not know this, Giacomina went from 0 to presidential, which is like 250,000 qualified volume, which is like from 0 to hero in 1 year and 4 months. There's no other description. So you said you joined, you worked, you wanted to trade first, you loved the community. Why did you start to do network marketing?
Yeah, as I said, first of all, I realized how many people here are so supportive and that they really, uplift you when you are down and everything. And I don't know, maybe it was also like my upline Lori. Like one time we sat in a restaurant and I told her, you know what, I want to see something. Show me what you make in a week. And I remember it. She showed me, she and Rocco showed me what they made, and it was like I think 1,000 a week back then. And for me,
that was insane.
I was like, you make this every week? And they were like, yes. And I'm like, 4,000 a month?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what I have to do, but I'll do everything.
Yeah.
Just tell me and I will do it. And then, I just like, they told me, you know what, like trading is nice, but it's like you need money first so that you can make more money out of it. And I didn't have the money. Yeah. What is maybe also interesting to know, I had a job where you made like, the money was okay, 1,800 euros.
Yeah, that's pretty good for Germany.
Yeah, but I was in debt. I had 3,000-4,000 euros on shopping that I spent. Like in Germany, it's Klarna.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about finances. I had always like 0 euros in my bank account and
always spending.
Yeah, and for example, always when it was like the end or the middle of the month, and I went back from my job, I had to call my boyfriend then and tell him, can you please send me 5 euros? I don't have like gas in my car.
Oh, okay.
And it was like always like that. So, I don't want to say that I had like very bad situation and everyone was poor or something, but I really, like my mom, for example, she came from Poland and she has she didn't learn anything. So she really worked her ass off.
Yeah. She was like taking general jobs, like jobs that you can get without having an apprenticeship just to make money.
Really crazy things where she also was underpaid and like she has back problems now and everything. So I knew I had to work, but I didn't know. I didn't know how to be with the money. I always like spend it the wrong. It was terrible. So for me, 4,000 euros a month would be like crazy, and then I just decided to try because if you never try, you'll never know.
Yeah. So Rocco and Lori obviously are your mentors, right?
Yes.
They're currently crowns, and so Lorena signed you up first line, right? So she signed you up. Okay, so she signed you up, and then you go meet both of them. They show like you are like, I need to see something if this works, and they show you that they made $1,000 a month in a week. And you said like, oh my god, that's like a lot of money. Like, let's get it.
I don't know what to do. I'll do anything.
Okay. Love it. Okay, so then would you say this was a moment where you said, I'm gonna go all in?
Yes, this, and also as I said, because I saw so many successful people here in the industry, and I listened to their story. Maybe like someone listens to mine now. Like I listened to them, and I thought, okay, like if they can do it, I can do it. Like. Actually, everyone is able to do that. It's just a matter of, or it's just about your mindset. And if you want to achieve it, you can. And for me, as I said, I had a very bad like surroundings and friends, and I just cut everything off because there were people that also like made fun of me when I started posting on Instagram and everything. And I thought, you know what? Now, erst recht.
Yeah, now I will do it anyways. I want to show them.
I'm going to show them. That's it. So that was it, and I just decided to do it and to also show myself that I can do it, because in general I was a very lazy person. Every time I started something, I like.
I mean, taking a job and then being 3 weeks sick. That's like easy way out.
And I thought like I don't want this to be like a job, because I realized this is a serious business. And if we are honest, there is like I looked in the internet, I looked up so many things, and I realized there is no other option where you can like start a business with so little money, little amount of investment. So little money and get such results. And I looked for everything. I thought about doing drop shipping or open my own store, but it was like so much to do and so much, so you were looking for other like opportunities? Of course. I read a lot, but as I said, then I got to know this, and I thought, okay, maybe this is like the one thing that I was looking for. I also think that many people, because many times when I talk to top leaders, even myself,
I was looking for a lot of stuff, right? But the problem is there's never like a real explanation. There's never like someone that mentors you. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So when someone like you comes into network marketing and they have the positive average, they have the people, they have the mentorship, they see the results. You saw so many people in inspirational talks. That's why we are doing this podcast, like so people can see and listen to these stories of people that like you just joined and then from zero to presidential ambassador in that time. That's insane. So joining network marketing, first couple of months. So how did you got exposed to the business? How did you see it for the first time?
So, as I said, I worked many jobs, and back then I had one job in like a Foot Locker,
shoes
store where you can buy shoes. I think everyone knows it. And there I worked with Lori, my mentor. So I already knew her, but it was like the typical girl thing. Like we were like, hi, bye. We like didn't talk to each other, but I followed her on Instagram. And she started posting about it already like 1.5 years before I started. And I was the type of person, I always sent that to my friends, horrible, and I was like, look at that.
Okay, so you were making fun of her.
Like everyone made fun of me afterwards. I even understood because I made fun of them. So
no, you double fucked.
Like that. And I was like, oh my god, they were scammed, and I'm just waiting for it to like, that it doesn't work anymore. And I was like I was watching her Instagram stories all the time, and then like 6 months, 7 months, then she quit her job at Foot Locker, and I was like, okay, why is she traveling all the time? Why is she in Dubai all the time? And then she was there. And one day I just thought, okay, put your ego aside. This is very important.
That's very important.
Just put your ego aside, because I know there are so many people that would like to have the lifestyle and like to do it, but they like have the same mindset like me, and then they think, you know what, I can't do something I made fun about. I
love that you, like you said, like you made fun about it, but still you put your ego down after seeing the results, and you're like, shit, I need like to see what is happening.
Because like I cannot like say something about something that I never tried. And as I said, I messaged her and I was like, you know what, just tell me about it. And I was like that. She answered, I didn't answer. And then again, like 2 weeks later, hey girl, I'm so sorry, can you please show me? She told me, write me on WhatsApp, and I didn't message her. And it went like this all the time. I think she
back and forward all the time.
Oh my god, I think for 5 or 6 months.
Whoa.
So I was the type of person, actually, I think like many people don't even want to have on their team. They'd be like, you know what, just like, I don't care. I don't know what she saw. She saw something. It was a good thing. And then this one time, like we really
linked
did
and
it,
connected,
and then I was like, you know what?
So wait, just 1 second, sorry. So how many follow-ups did she do like to get you into the business? What would you say?
Maybe 10, 11, 12.
So she did 10, 11, 12 follow-ups.
And also me. I also sometimes messaged her, and she was always nice. This is important. Because often when you're like, someone tells you all the time, show me, you'll be like,
off,
you know what, like doesn't matter. But she was always nice to me. And then one time we met. I wanted to meet in person. So that's also why events are so important. I always say that, because I think I wouldn't have started if I had to do it through the internet. But I'm happy that there are so many people that are like this. But we met in person, and as I said, we talked a lot about it. And then, I went home, and again, I don't message her, I'm thinking about it. And then again, 1 month went by, and she was like, girl, now we had sales in November. And I didn't use it. They had like Friday sale, and I was like, no, later. But I don't know, like I had this click moment. Actually, I do believe in like spiritual stuff and manifestation. And I remember that one time I made like, I made like a meditation session, and I was like, universe, give me a sign that money comes to me. And I was done. I opened Instagram, and there's the video of Lori where she says like, start the business. And this was like,
oh shit,
you know what, I just like, now I do it. And then I signed up, like as I said, right before I think Christmas, but I said January because holidays. That is basically the story.
Crazy. Okay, so you said one thing that I find very, very interesting, and I want to find out more about this, and that is, you said when you were younger, and we even talked about it last time we met here in Dubai, or like a couple of days ago. You said like you and me, we had this, and I see it in many other leaders, that they pretty or very soon, you know, like teenage years or even younger, they said like, I'm gonna be rich, I'm gonna be this, I'm gonna be that. My family told me like, I'm always like that. They always said, Miguel, you have such an expensive taste, you have to be rich one day. And you told me, hey, you were seeing like these series as the superstars, you said like, I'm gonna be rich, I'm gonna be this. Why do you think, and where does it come from?
Really, I don't know where exactly it comes from, but I think maybe, as I said, I was raised by my mother. Like my parents got divorced when I was like 3, and I saw what she did. And if you see, I saw what she did for me and how hard she worked, and I realized it maybe later when I was like 13, 14, but as I said, I don't know where it comes from, but I always like had a feeling inside of me. And I know there are so many people that have this feeling, but they don't look for where does it come from and why do I have this feeling. They are just like, I have this feeling, but life is how it is and it's okay.
I cannot change it.
I cannot change it. And that's like the worst thing you can do, because you can't change it. It's always on you. And it's just about how you, if you get information and, you know, like think about or look up the things that you are interested in. And as I said, it's also that I knew how it was from my mother. And I just thought, I don't know, I have this feeling, I have to wait until it comes to me. Something will come to me. I'm just waiting for the right thing. And then, like I said, a genius came, and it was like, I knew in the moment, like after 1-2 weeks, that this is what I was waiting for so long.
That's crazy.
So that's actually crazy.
So you said you manifested it, right? So you were doing a meditation. Like, when did you start to do like meditation and getting into manifestation and the positive thinking? Because I know you're really big on it, but so you were doing it even before the business.
So actually only I think 2-3 months before the business. It was like a very like bad time that I had back then, and I started to read about this, and I what I did was how's it called? I looked up what do successful people, what are successful people doing, and I saw they have one thing in common, and it's their mindset. Like the most common thing that successful people have is always the mindset. When you read books, when you listen to audiobooks or something, it's always there has never been a successful human
without a good mindset.
That's like everything is such in. You cannot be positive, just be negative. It's okay. And I saw, okay, there has to be something. This has to be true. And I love it. And I started to like be more positive, because I was a very, very negative person. And I had no self-love. I always was like, oh, why is always happening to me? And why is my life like that? And why is it always me? But like, how can you expect to have like good circumstances or a good life if you all the time
is negative?
And you're always focused on why me, why this, why that. And then I realized maybe this is where it comes from. And I started to just like be more positive, like start with manifesting. And as I said, I only did this because I saw there are so many successful people that do it. So that was it. And I started to really get into the spiritual things. And as I said, for me, it helped me a lot. I always say this was also the reason that, as I said, iGenius came into my life. So I do believe in that. And for me, it's a very important thing.
This is insane. Like we are in 23 minutes and you already dropped so many nuggets. That's like insane. Like just
I speak very fast.
No, I mean that's very good. But I just like mean the first 20 minutes so far, so many info. Like I'm listening to you, right? I'm like, I have my questions set. I'm just listening and learning too. And it's crazy what you already said. Like so many hidden nuggets and nuggets in general. So this is insane. Okay, so why would you say? Because obviously people gonna ask themselves, how the fuck did you go from, zero to joining, going like full-time in 4 months, and then from full-time, making 2K, a little bit more than 2K a month, probably, to presidential ambassador? Like give me like the insight, like how, like what would you like, because I'm pretty sure that you also thought about it, right? Like how, what the fuck? Like, okay, so I want to know like how.
So I think first of all, when I started, I know that there are so many people that are always like, oh my god, it's so hard to reach a rank and 2,000 points and this and that. And when I started, I looked for the ranks and I saw presidential trophy and I was like, that's actually very easy. Like I never had, that's like, I don't know why, but I always thought, oh, that's so easy, that shouldn't be a problem. And whenever like there were some points missing, I was like, yeah, it's not hard. Other people did it.
Yeah.
So, but as I said, I always say your mindset is the most important thing. And second of all, like work so hard that you don't have time to think about
negative things.
Or what could go wrong and why is it like this and why is it like that. And I know that there are so many people that are always like, yeah, I do everything and I do all the things that my mentor says and I do the task that I have to do, but you don't appreciate the business and you don't see it as a blessing. Because when it came into my life, I started to realize this is a blessing and I'm so thankful for it that even if I did what I had to do, I'll do more. Because I can. How many people on earth would be so thankful to have this
opportunity?
Yeah, but they don't know about it. And like it's my like duty to make as many people as possible successful or show them this business, because as I said, if I can do it, everyone can do it. And this was my mindset all the time. And I never I know, as I said, many people really are like, they always think it's hard or they struggle with things. And whenever I had like a little bit of this feeling, I was like, you know what? No, because it's actually so easy. Everything I do.
So you told yourself all the time, even though you had sometimes this voice in your head saying, okay, like this is missing or it's gonna be difficult. You're like, no, it's easy. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I was like, no, it's easy. I can do it. It's not a problem. And I looked more for solutions, and I knew that even if it's not going to happen, it's okay. And I think many people are missing that. They are like, what if it won't happen and I have my goal and then I do so much and I want, like, you're thinking too much. Just do it, and everything that should be, it will be.
It will happen.
Yeah, it will happen.
Okay, so one, you said the mindset, right? You said like, okay, it's easy, it's easy. You just like talk to yourself and you tell yourself you're gonna do it because someone else did it. Number two is, even if the voice comes and even if you see, okay, something is missing, it's getting difficult, you just say, no, I'm just gonna work hard and I'm gonna do it. Like, no time for negative thinking. You just focus on what you can impact. And then number three is what you just said, even if you don't hit it, it's okay. So you take a lot of the negativity away, like this, I need that. You take it away, it's like, okay, because it's gonna come when I want and I need it.
Yeah, and everything is going to come when the universe or whatever
is ready.
If you believe in God, like it will be at the right time. And I never asked, or how's it called, hinterfragen?
Yeah, so you never, I know what you mean. So you never second guess your question.
Or anything that happened. I was like all the time just positive, because this is really so important. And I know that there are so many people that don't take this serious. They think like it's a manifestation and she's always be thankful, but it really is. It's really one of the most important things. Every day I wake up, I could start crying because I'm so thankful. And even if you just joined, for me, I can tell you, wake up every day and be thankful, even if you don't have a rank yet, because you already joined, you're already in here and you're already surrounded by all these people. Just like look who is around you and be thankful for having this opportunity, because as I said, many people would be so happy, but they are not able to. So that's what I thought all the time.
I see a lot of, like in your story and what you're saying, there's a lot of gratitude, as you just said, like a lot of gratitude, the part where you just blend out the negativity, where you focus on, okay, I'm gonna make it doesn't matter when, it's gonna happen, and you don't second guess. And there's one thing that I really like, which I do a lot, is like, I don't have time to complain, I don't have time to be negative. I'll just work, I'll just fucking do it. I know what I need to do. And I'll just do it, and I don't want to focus on the negativity, and I love that.
Like, if you find yourself in a situation where you for 1 second are like, I don't know, and just stop and do something else. Do
And,
something
yeah.
for the business. Because if you have time, and I know there are
Yeah.
many people that still have to work, but let me tell you, when I worked back then in the Corona test center, I didn't say that, but I had 2 jobs basically. So I worked from Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. That was illegal,
Crazy.
but
Yeah.
they didn't care.
Yeah.
And on Saturday or Sunday, I had again 1 shift
Okay.
on the other job.
Yeah.
So I had 1, sometimes 2 days off. I was at home 12 a.m., woke up at 8 a.m., and this was like all
the
my
time,
life. But
yeah.
you know, like, if you really know that this showed me what I don't want to have in my life. And
Perfect.
even if like I came back home, I was blessed because and the work that I had, I was able to be on my phone
your phone,
sometimes,
yeah.
yes. But even if not, you will make the time. No one has time. But
Yeah, true.
you
No one
make
has
time for the things that are
Yeah.
important.
I never had someone joining and said, "Oh, I have so much time. Let's do it."
Yeah, it's always
like always, I don't
yeah,
have
or
time.
something is in your life you always want, but you make time for it. And I try to make everything possible. And as I said, if I was late home at 12 or 11, then I took like the last 3, 4, 5 hours, and it was very hard. But I knew where I wanted to be.
Go. Yeah, and
So
to be.
and now I am here. So as I said, this has
Yeah.
to.
So again, yeah, no excuses. I really, really like that. Like people need to understand that. And again, like I think a lot of people, and especially the industry, myself, we take a lot of inspiration from your story because you just showed that if you put the negativity aside, you just focus, you're gonna do it because you did something that no one did from, you know, and understand, guys, that we are not just talking about our genius in what we do, right? We're talking about the industry, like hitting presidential as a multiple 6-figure rank, where basically, you know, you turn your yearly salary into a monthly, which is insane in that short amount of time. And that's the real nuggets and the real sauce from Giacomina, like how she did it in terms of the working thing. So when you say working, what were you doing all the time? How would you tell people? Like, what is there like do you have like a little bit of a planning? Like, what do you do when you wake up? Like, give us the hustle time. What happens when you like hustle?
Yeah. So first of all, also very important, when I woke up every day, I was like, this sounds crazy, but I never stressed myself, and I never had a feeling like, okay, so now I have to do this and this and that, because I thought if I am like this, it's again like in a job. So I had to realize, as I said, I was like, I'm so blessed and I'm so thankful that I can do this. I will do everything with an ease, everything a little relaxed. Like I know so many people, they put so much pressure on it, this and this and that, and I don't know, and now I have to like contact more people and this and no, stop. Just like I woke up and I was like, I always knew what my to-dos are, but I did it with like, as I said, whenever I did something, I did more because I was able to do. So, but hustle Jaco is like, you know, I woke up and then I think I didn't do something others don't do. It's just like how I do it and what I think when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And as I said, mindset. So basically everything I think everyone else does.
Yeah.
Just like, for example, if I post something on TikTok, I just know deep down this is going to go viral. It will be like that.
Yeah.
And then I just don't like, I know many people then are like, but I'm not sure. But then they say, yeah, I always think positive, but it's so important that it's really deep down. You really have to know that everything is going to happen like you say.
Are you like someone that is, so let's say you record on TikTok or you do a story. Are you like someone that changes it often, or are you like someone, I mean, that's what I want to say, fuck it, let's go?
Yeah, just like let's go.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, just like
So
don't-
effective, like being effective, not like perfect, like just perfect, just like out and believing in it and saying what you really believe.
Just do it. Just
Yeah,
don't think
I
so
love
much. And yeah, just every day I did something. As I said in the beginning, I had to work, so I came back home. I did all the things like contacting people, do something. Sometimes I woke up 1-2 hours earlier so that I can make some content or to make some things that I post on throughout the day. And yeah, then again, just like the regular things. There's nothing special that I would say I did, but just with another feeling inside of me, other gut feeling.
Okay, so there's another point that I want to talk about, which I see a lot of people in our community doing because you showed them how to do it, or like people started to talk about it, and that's like your closing, right? So many people talk about your closing, and even nowadays, if people ask me like, how should I close? I say, I do the Giacomina close, like I do it like you told us, or basically you doing it. So before I want to talk about that and you explain them how you are closing, what I want to understand is, so you told me when we first met, and you tell people on the stages, like we had the Dach convention, now the 2.0 with more like nearly 3,000 people, and you told people like you were lacking a lot of self-worth, so you were like insecure, but how do you close, and how do you go from Giacomina 1.5 years ago, lacking self-worth, being like insecure, to you close, like you're gonna close, like you are closing right now, and how you're gonna explain it. Yeah. So maybe explain them how you close, and then explain me, please, because I want to know how did you change it so fast. Yeah, easy, you're good. Because that's insane. Like you're gonna hear a closing right now, and it's insane. Like you see that only people can do it if they really trust themselves and they are very secure. Because you are, I don't want to say harsh, but you're very direct, right? You just say like how it is, and join, or whatever.
Yeah. So actually, as you said, I was very unsure, and I always acted like I was confident, but deep inside I never was. And I also think it came in this like era of my life when I joined iGenius, and I realized that there are really people that love you for who you are. So this is why your people that you're around are so important. There was just this one moment where I knew, okay, this was this one sentence I read. You can be, how was it? You can be whoever you want to be in the future. No, what? Well, I don't know, something like this. And I realized I just have to make the decision now. Doesn't matter.
Okay, decision right now, who you want to be.
After this video, just like say who you want to be, because there is no successful person out there that is like this and so insecure, and they don't know what, like I realized this, and I knew I want to go there, so I have to make a personality shift. I have to become a new person. This is so important. And I was like, okay, you know what? Doesn't matter what people think, what people say. From today, I make the decision. I'll never think about it anymore. I just like go out and show the world what I can do, because so many people doubted me, or I just wanted to show them I can do it. And as I also said on the Dach convention, it's one of the most important things in closings. And if you want to have many people in a team, or
people have joined you,
then it's one of the most important things to be there confident. Like if you don't believe in yourself and you have like little self-worth, people will feel it. And I knew, okay, if I want to be the person that has many people on their team and closes many people, I have to be direct, I have to have the energy. And this is what I always implement, and what is so important whenever I go to call. I want people to feel so good that it vibes, and I never have a second where we don't talk, or where it's like cringe. Never. I always know like how to talk to them or what to say, and I try to make it as like comfortable for the other person
as possible.
So that she just feels that I have a pure intention. And this is one very important thing. If you do this business, always have pure intentions, and never be like, I just do it because of the money. Of course, like somewhere everyone wants to.
There's always like a part where you do this for business, for money, obviously, but there's having a good intention is like, I want to help the person, and
have a good intention. Listen to the people, listen to what they say, because I see this so often. People are making calls and they listen, okay, so now we do this and that. No, listen to what the person says and look for similarities. And this is what I do. And then I basically just I'm 100% so confident in our company. This is also so important. You can ask me everything. You can say any bad thing. The first thing that I started taking like not care of, but I.
Oh, so when like getting informed about everything?
Informed of it was like if there was something bad, what can I say against it? And I didn't want any person to be able to like
argue against you, or like having a point.
So this is very important, and whenever I'm in a call, as I said, good energy, always listen to the people, have the purest intention, and just like know that you can be the person that changes their life. Like they, at the end of the day, maybe if you contacted them, they need much more from you than you will ever need from them, because you are already here. And I always say this to the people. I'm brutally honest when I'm in a call. I'm like, you know what, like I'm here, I don't need anything. I make my money. Even like if network wouldn't be there, I would make my money with trading, or make my money with crypto, or this and that.
Yeah. So you're like very self-conscious about yourself, and you put yourself, and you know you are in the position where like you need something from me. It doesn't matter what happens, I'm always gonna be good. And you know, like obviously make them feel good, listen to what they're gonna say, you know, have your facts right, like understand what you are selling. Obviously you also learn it by doing it, but then also like just being honest and knowing that you come from a position that is like, I don't want to say higher, but obviously you are giving an opportunity, and that's how you treat it.
Yeah, like I always say I have a gift. So if you don't want to have the gift, I'll give it to someone else, and it's like the best gift. It's not like Christmas socks or something. It's like I cheated, you know. No, but like so I always, and I try to laugh a lot with the people, so that they, as I said, have a good feeling, because at the end of the day, I know how it feels to be in a position where you are unhappy, where you don't, where you want to change something, and also just be okay with people saying no, or with people not wanting. Very important thing, I never think about what if they don't. I go into a call and I know right before
they're gonna join anyway.
They're gonna join, and this is the thing. I always build up the conversation like that. I'm like, okay, let's talk about. I talk about the person, and I talk about the questions, and then I'm like, so perfect. If you don't have questions, let's go. I'm just making the slide ready. Here is the link, and let's go.
Okay, so so you open the call and you already know like this person's gonna join. Like you don't self-doubt yourself, nothing. And that's so insane. That's why I'm asking you, because you went from this to this, right? Yeah. That's insane. That's really insane. Yeah. Okay. Crazy.
And I also like when I go into a call, I'm like, okay, so let's get to know each other. Let's talk about all your questions. And I already say in the beginning, and then we can make everything. We can make the registration and get started. So let's go. What are your questions? Blah 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 blah. And I already tell them from the beginning, you will start, because for me, why should someone not start? Yeah. And this is whenever and whenever they are like, so I don't know, and I'm like, oh sorry. It's normal that everyone starts because, like, you know, this is such a crazy opportunity, but
assuming success. That's a very big part that I got to know like a year ago, where I also teach people all the time. It's like, just assume the success, just assume that everything is going to be good, assume that you're going to be, you know, treated like this, assume that people are joining, assume that people do fast ranks. You just have to assume it. Just like live so confident that it is what you're going to think. Some people would call us stupid or say like that's too much or too crazy. You know, you're crazy. But at the end of the day, you show, and you are the best example that if you think crazy, then
just be delusional. That's my motto.
Just be delusional.
Yes.
That's your motto. I love it. And people, even as I said, people will call you delusional. They will call you crazy. They will call you stupid. They will call you whatever, dreamer. But here's the best proof that it works, right? So in 1 year and 4 months, still insane. Okay, I really, really like that, because I think it was finally time for a lot of people to hear this, you know, information, and also again this assuming. I like when you open a call, you say like, okay, hey, I know she's gonna join. You're already telling them, okay, so you give them a heads up. You're like, okay, so we're gonna explain you this, and if you have questions, and then we're gonna register you. Right? So what happens if someone says no, I don't want to join? So let's say you do the closing, and then they have questions, and then you say, okay, let's get it. You know, I'll send you a link. You sign up. Like, what happens if they say, oh no, blah blah? What do you do?
First of all, I just ask. Oh, I thought it's not, because normally everyone starts. But what is missed? What are you missing? Do you need some more information, or what is the one thing that you need right now to get started? And then they tell me the thing, and then I know I learned skills from, of course, personal development, and I watch a lot like sales things. This is very, very important. I learned to just like look, okay, what is the one thing, because most of the time it's not. Often it will be money, so it's good because you can give them other opportunities, but you don't talk about it in the beginning. Or if it's something else, just learn whatever the person is like not lacking, but what they need. Just know what exactly you can answer, say in this moment, to give this person's feeling, okay, we have what you're looking for. And I always try to do it like this. Of course, there will be people, and it also happens to me that they don't start, but then it's like the best thing you can do is like follow up, just give them a good feeling, and if if not, it's not meant to be. It's okay. It's okay.
I love that. I really love that. So let's make a little cut here, and I want to ask you some questions. So we tend to do at the end a little bit this format where like I ask questions and then like a shorter answer version. So I want to just ask you, what do you would do if? But I think like you already answered. So I wanted to tap into some network marketing questions, right? But I feel like what you already gave in terms of information, I mean, you already answered everything. There's no question I can give you, because the answer is work, stay positive, you know, focus on the so good side, believe in it. And what would you tell someone, for example, that like, because you like, for example, your story shows us a lot that the self-belief and the belief that you have is very important. What would you tell someone that does not have this self-belief? Like, how can they build it up? Because obviously you said delusional means you are not listening to your rational voice, right? And I know for some people, even for myself, it's sometimes very difficult to combat the rational, right? Like, how should I get it? Like, okay, Giacomina is saying, do this and believe, but I still, like, what do I, you know?
So, first of all, I realized also one thing that I don't know if I read it somewhere, heard it somewhere. Like, there is no other person on planet or in the whole universe. Nobody is you. Like, no, like it's actually, I know it sounds so normal if you say this, but just look how many people are on Earth. I don't know if you know this video where there is like Earth and then it zooms out.
Zoom
like,
out all the
there's
time.
all planets and everything. Like, but you are you, and you are responsible. I don't know, there was this one quote, like, you can, if you're born broke, that's not on you, but if you die broke, that was your decision. And so at the end of the day, there is no one that could ever be you. Like, and for example, if you went through stuff, this is also so important, then just make this something that you can tell others about. And it's so important to have your story and to have something you can tell other people that like lifts them up or motivates them. Because don't take things that happen as like, oh, that is why I can't do it, more that take it like, this is why I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so instead of I cannot do it because of this, that's why I'm doing it.
Yes, right.
And I loved it. Again, this special, because I think like there's a lot of propaganda and bullshit and the media and the world and the school. They all teach us that we are just someone out of 7 billion that somehow randomly came to this planet, and somehow like everything is so, they explain us everything's so random, but you are just saying like, think about it again, like you are unique, you are the like crazy, like, this is like, it's, I feel the same. It's just like the whole propaganda bullshit, the whole media, everyone teaches us like you are just someone and you are one of a lot of people, and you know, just shut the fuck up and work and don't have dreams and you are not special. That's what they always tell us, you are not special, you are not special, you are not good at it, you suck, you know, you can be happy if you have a job, and you're just saying the direct opposite, where like you are unique, you are the only person, you are special. And I love that, I love this message.
Important. Yeah, but it takes a long time to really realize this. For me, it took, as I said, a long time. But there was just this one moment. Maybe you have this moment right now when you watch the video where you're just like, you know what? It's true. I can't tell anyone. I'm not lying. I won't sit here and be like, you know, I did this and then I got more confident and this and this. It was just like, fuck it. Like I'm done with this. Like,
what you said, like that's what I'm saying. It's like very difficult to re-ask, but I know that people are still sitting there and they're like, how, you know. So I'm just trying to give them more examples. But that is the example. Like, you know, just turn it, like, just get it.
And automatically, when you start to thinking about yourself, that you are good and you have value and you're a good person, you start to love yourself. It's so crazy how you how other people see you. This is so
again
crazy.
The intentions, right?
And I was someone, I always thought like nobody likes me, and I had so many bad people around me and everything was so negative. And when I started like I motivated myself, and I was like, I am good and I love myself and I'm me, like I'm special, as we said before. Then I realized when I walk into the room and people totally see me different than they did before. And I think there are so many people out there who have so little self-confidence, and this most of the time is the problem, that when they start really loving themselves and getting into more in the way that it happened to me, they will realize, oh, I have so much more impact, because now I have a different like aura, and I you know, a different feeling when I come into the room, and this is also.
And you will get as a feedback, obviously, and you will you know, upper your self-worth by seeing people how they react to you when you just change a little bit of this mindset, right?
Yeah.
Crazy, I love it. So what is your, maybe like a very different question, what is your current world view? So what is your view on the world right now? Because I know we already also talked a lot about it, right? So what is your view on the world right now? And what do you think someone should do that is in the current world, running around there? What should they do, you know, to become successful and go towards the steps that they want to achieve in life?
So yeah, actually it's so funny because whenever you talk to really, really successful people, they all have kind of the same view. But yeah, the people that are not, many people won't understand it or call you crazy or something, but you know, it's just start like looking for how can I say that? Look for what is going on, like look deeply into it.
Just go deeper into it.
Go deeper into it, and you will realize something is very wrong. So wrong. And I realized this. Like started with COVID, and I feel like COVID was something that shifted. That like something happened. Like this was something that
same for me. COVID was like the event where it's like, bro, all of these theories, all of this shit is real. Because before it was like these theories were like, yeah, it sounds okay, but come on, it's not like that, right? And then like COVID is like, they show us like, bro, like this is all like.
Yeah, and there are two types of people then. The ones that realize it, or the ones that go like,
and they still continue.
Get the vaccine. Okay, I don't want to talk about this, but so no, what I want to say is, if you are like in a situation where you would see, because I know there are many people that also start thinking, okay, what is going on here? Something is wrong, but they are afraid to stick to this opinion, and to just like as I said, go and talk to people that might like escape this whole system and escape the matrix and you know, like, but it's true because as I said, look, I always looked, okay, deeper. Where are the people that are where I want to be?
Where are the people that have the results?
How many similarities? It's crazy. And why do they all think the same? Why do they all have the same mindset? Why do they all think that this can't be? And you know, they try to tell you because you cannot say it out loud because as I said.
And then also what I can just say to support what you're just saying, when I saw COVID from two sides, right? I saw it from the normal, I don't want to say poor, but normal and unwealthy side, how people react to it. And I saw it many times, what you just said. I saw how wealthy people, not all of them, still there are some people, you know, obviously people that are maybe a little bit older, but especially young people and especially the successful ones, they all say the same. They all said it's bullshit. It's like make money on it, right? But go to a country where you don't have the restriction and just hustle and this is bullshit and focus, you know. But it's so crazy, like wealthy people have this opinion. And the unwealthy people have the direct opposite opinion.
So choose on which side you want to be, because this was also it was before the business, but this was also like a point where I started to get into all this like, you know,
deeper into like the
information, and I realized, okay, like this can't be Zufall?
Yeah, that can't be like a coincidence.
Yeah. So I thought, okay, that must mean something, and this led me to the manifestation thing. This led me to like go deeper inside like all of this stuff, and it was like basically had some good. COVID was also for many people maybe.
I mean, it's always good and bad, I mean, it depends on how you take it. Obviously, you said it was good for you. Let's put the health stuff aside, right? But the same for me. I mean, COVID was something that changed my life, that opened my eyes, and made me even believe stronger in what we are doing, that this is so important, because, again, the government, they just don't give a fuck and stuff. So it's insane. And again, rich people, wealthy people, 90% of them, especially the ones that I know, that I get to know, same opinion, direct opposite. Love it. Okay, so let's say someone, I have 2 or 3 more questions, and then we are ready to go here. I believe like people are already so full of information, and I just recommend you guys to watch it over and over again, because maybe, and I'm pretty sure if you're listening to this, there will be some stuff that Giacomina is saying that you don't grasp at the first time, just because it's so much value in there. So I really recommend you to watch it more times. But so another question that I have for you is that Where are you seeing yourself in the future?
Oh.
And then when it comes to the future, where do you see iGenius, IBA, TPR, all of this? Where do you see are we going into the future, and how will network marketing and trading be in the future? Like more like a future on yourself and future on our business.
So as I said, I like to be very delusional. So when it comes to iGenius and IBA and TPR and everything, like it's insane. I sometimes dream about things, and I just like a few weeks ago I had a dream that we were like in we had this incentive. It's very delusional, and there was like we talked on the telephone, and something was like, yeah, we still have to we have already sold 500,000 tickets, and now we have to like 100,000 more. And this is like, I know it sounds crazy, but for me this is one of the, this company is going to be top of the top. It's going to be crazy, and I just know it. As I said, I don't second guess it. I don't think about what if this and that happens, because I'm 110% sure. I know what we have, I know the value, and I'm just so happy to know that there more and more people are starting to realize that, because you know what is happening right now on the planet, and people are looking for solutions, and we have the solution for every single person. So I know that there is no one that could not use what we have for them in their situation if they want to change something, and many will have to change something in the future. And for me personally, I don't know, in 5 or 10 years or 20 years, as I said, for me, it's my goal is to make like million residual income a month. This is normal for me. Everyone that watches it is like, okay, this is a lot. But for me, like, I know
it's already done.
Doesn't matter when. Like, even if it's in 20, 30, 40 years, I know that this is going to happen. I know where my life is going. And the most important thing for me is, especially my team, for me, it's like, I want them to have like the highest paychecks in the company. I want them to be like the top earners. I just want to change more and more lives, want people to be thankful. And you know, it's a good feeling when you know that there are people that are like, thank you so much for being there, and thank you for helping me out of this situation. And I just want as many people as possible to quit their jobs, to live the life that I'm able to live now, and you and all the top earners. And like, this is most important for me. So for me, as I said, I just want to I know I will have the life I was dreamed of, and I know that all the people that I work with will have their dream lives, make most money, be super happy, and have the same intention when it comes to other people again. And this is what I love about this whole thing, that it's just always up level and uplifting other people instead of, you know.
That's I mean, I could say let's get it from here. That's a beautiful outro, but I just have one last question that I want to know, and that is, so you are obviously making very good amounts of money with the network marketing side. It went very fast for you. You explained us very deeply how you're doing it, but so when it comes to the product side, when it comes to investing, trading, right? Because you're very strong in the cash flow, you make a lot of money. What do you do with your money? And you don't have to tell them how much. I personally already know that you have a lot of money invested, which is insane, and which I even, see as very, very good, because you're not making a lot of money only, but you're also investing a lot of it, and you have a lot of money invested. But so what on the product side, what do you use? How do you do it? Are you like someone that sits in front of the charts every day and trades yourself? Like, give them like a little bit of an overview on how it happens, like how is the second part?
So I'm gonna be honest, for me, I know how to trade. I know all of our products. So for everyone that is part of iGenius and you want to become a top leader, it's very important that you know everything and how it works. I'm not, as I said, I'm not a trader. I'm not the type of person that sits there in front of the chart, but for me, I'm very into crypto. I love all the tools that we have. The crypto tools helped me a lot to get into this this whole thing. I didn't know anything about it, so I really use, of course, our automatization, the artificial intelligence, and also all the crypto analyzes that we get. This really helped me a lot. I was always like, okay, when something comes, I put all the money. I was like very, it was risky, but I had so much trust that something came, and I was like, okay, I put all my money that I have into this, don't do this, but I did it. And then, it was like 54% on one, and I got on, and then again, and I did this. I realized how to do this. I learned about how the system works, what happens if they send something into the groups, and I love everything, but for me, I'm more like into crypto and investing, and
and that's
use it.
That's also why I'm asking you, because I want people to understand, because I think especially a lot of females, so I'm just gonna say it, but I really feel that the men are more like the ones that really are trading on the chart, and the females are like very strong in the network marketing side, but also very smart in investing, right? More like using the tools, using the information, using the mentors on where do I put my money, and I leave it and make a lot of money with it, because then men again, they sometimes gamble a little bit too bit, they are too much on it, but me knowing how much you have invested is like a perfect proof of, you know, like that you don't need to be the trader, but using the knowledge, using the advice, using what we have, the automations to build up a lot of money on the site, which I love.
Yeah, and I also started with not so much money, but I just started. Start. Don't be like, oh, now I made some money, I go spend it and go shopping and I go here and I go there. No, you made the money here and you have the financial education. So
is there a rule that you have, like how much money you spend, how much money you put aside, or is it more like, okay, sometimes I put this, sometimes I put this?
Yeah, so of course sometimes there are situations like right now that I have to be in Dubai for a month. So
do you spend more money?
Yeah, of course, but I always try. I know what I'm able to live with when I had my 9-to-5 job. I don't care about it, so maybe a little bit more, but I try to put like, I know it's a lot, but like 70-80% is
aside.
I don't need it. So when you don't need it, then don't use it, because
love it. Stop. Perfect, nice. So do you have any last last thing that you want to say, last message to the people out there? If so, then there you go, because I mean, like, there's so much value that we already talked about, and okay, just showing us the flower, but it's still recording, so we're good. So any last message, anything that you still want to share with them?
Yes. So for everyone that is watching this, if you're already in or not, just like, please stick to your gut feeling, and if there's only like 1% of you knowing this is meant for me and this is what I want to have, and you just feel it, even if it's just like this little amount, then do something for it, because if you don't do it, like, no one will come to you and be like, oh, I will help you, I will do this for you, because people don't care about you. At the end of the day, all that you have is you, and it will be like this. So you can make something out of it, and that you are the person that can change something, or nothing will ever change. So please don't let this little gut feeling that you have get over because of, as you said, like, the people telling you no, and negativity in the society and everything.
You are a dreamer.
Just like, doesn't matter. And even if you just watch this video and it's not about like iGenius or joining here, just look what it is that you are feeling and change something, because trust me, it's possible.
Loved it. So first of all, Giacomina, again, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for...
I mean, you and the leaders, 100%, you and the leaders are a very big inspiration, reason for me just to see and hearing your story and seeing what is happening, you doing what you have been doing and continuing and inspiring a lot of more ladies, because you're gonna have, or you already have, like, some ladies like getting into your footsteps, like very fast ranking and, you know, building up in a very fast pace, very stable space. So yeah, very, very proud of you, very grateful to have you, and hopefully you guys, you know, took a lot of notes, and you're gonna take even more notes and listen to this young, very successful. How old are you actually?
23.
What the fuck? Okay. So I was like, okay, you don't ask a lady, but just 23, guys, like, you know, like, it's crazy, okay? So insane. Hopefully you took out a lot of nuggets, and you're gonna take out even more. Definitely, I know this is just the beginning for Giacomina and her story and for what we're doing. Like, I asked her, like, where do you see where this is going? I see it the same way. It is delusional for a lot of people, but that's why it's gonna happen, because we are like this, right? Our whole team is like that. Our leaders like that. We have this big belief. So thank you for tuning in, guys. Make sure to share it. And again, thank you so much for having you, Habibi.
Thank you for having me.
I'm gonna enjoy now a shisha. We're gonna go to Kana, meet another leader.
Drink
a pineapple juice. She's closed on the pineapple juice. The pineapple juice is the sickest at Kana. So guys, we see you. It was nice having you. Nugget cast. Let's get it.
Bye bye.
Ciao, ciao.